Before the Great Flood, there was another world. A civilization that stretched across continents, built wonders we still cannot explain, and vanished in a single cataclysmic event. Genesis 6 hints at it. Ancient records whisper of it, and forbidden texts describe it in chilling detail. This is the story of the world the fallen angels built, and why God had to destroy it. Genesis 6 says, "The sons of God came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, mighty men of old, men of renown." The book of Enoch expands on this, describing the Watchers, 200 angels sent to guide humanity. But they fell in love with the daughters of men. They descended on Mount Hermon and swore an oath to take human wives. Their leader, Semjaza, and his host defied the divine order, and thus began the rise of a hybrid race, the Nephilim. These hybrids were massive, not only in size but in intellect. The Watchers taught them metallurgy, weapon forging, and architecture. They revealed astronomy, writing, agriculture, and sorcery. Knowledge meant for heaven, not earth. And with this knowledge, mankind was transformed. The world before the flood was unlike the primitive image we often imagine. Ancient texts, from Sumerian tablets to Mayan carvings, describe a golden age ruled by beings from the sky. Temples were aligned perfectly with the stars, and megaliths weighing hundreds of tons were cut with a precision we still can't reproduce. Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Indus Valley all share the same pattern. Gods descending from above, teaching civilization and demanding worship. Could these gods have been the same fallen Watchers described in Enoch? Were the Nephilim their kings, the demigods of ancient myth? The ancients said yes. The mighty men of old, men of renown, Hercules, Gilgamesh, Nimrod, may not be legends, but distorted memories of the Nephilim who once ruled the pre-flood world. But the knowledge they brought came with corruption. Humanity, once innocent, began to embrace violence, blood rituals, and pride. The Nephilim devoured resources, enslaved mankind, and filled the world with blood. The book of Enoch says they consumed all the acquisitions of men, and when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. Sorcery spread. According to ancient Hebrew tradition, DNA was defiled, animals were mixed, and hybrid creatures were born from unnatural experiments. The earth itself, it says, became corrupted. This wasn't just moral decay, it was a biological rebellion against creation. The line of man was no longer pure, and only one man's lineage was Noah. The book of Enoch tells us that the archangels went before God, crying out for justice. See what the Watchers have done. They have corrupted mankind. And God said, "I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, for it repents me that I have made them." But first, the Watchers were punished. Michael and Raphael were sent to bind them in chains beneath the earth, in a place called Tartarus, or the Abyss, where they remain until Judgment Day. Then came the flood, not merely rain, but the collapse of the heavens and the bursting of the fountains of the deep. It was a global reset, intended to erase the hybrid bloodline, the forbidden cities, and the memory of a world that had defied God. Yet, traces remain. Across the planet stand impossible monuments: the Great Pyramid of Giza, the stones of Baalbek, the sunken ruins off the coast of Japan and the Caribbean, each whispering of a lost civilization destroyed in an instant. From the Andes to the Himalayas, myths tell the same story: a flood sent by heaven, and survivors carrying forbidden knowledge to rebuild. Genesis 10 hints at it too. Nimrod, a mighty man, before the Lord, meaning against him, was a descendant of that old defiance. It's as if the spirit of the Nephilim never truly died. It just adapted. Some scholars even suggest that ancient secret societies and occult traditions carry fragments of this pre-flood wisdom, knowledge that mankind was never meant to have. Today, humanity stands once again on the edge of forbidden knowledge. Artificial intelligence, genetic modification, transhumanism, the merging of flesh and code. It mirrors the same temptation the Watchers offered, to become like gods. Jesus himself warned, "As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man." The more we uncover ancient truths, the more the pattern repeats: pride, corruption, and the desire to transcend divine order. The lost world before the flood wasn't just ancient history. It was a warning, a cycle of rebellion that continues even now. The Watchers built civilizations of power and pride, and God erased them to restore balance. In the next episode, we uncover what happened after the flood, how one man, Nimrod, tried to rebuild the empire of the fallen and reach heaven itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. We'll see you next time.